on your table, thank you. Because I need you listening to directions. Hit off, please. That's off. So the first one is the picture file sort. All the pictures are on your desk. Okay, they're all on your desk. You're going, it's an open sort. It's an open sort with a minimum of how many categories? 3 categories. You do not have to use every single picture, but you should have a couple pictures in each of your categories. Then you will label your categories, give a description of the pictures you chose, and how they fit into that category. So I gave you the example yesterday of if you saw a camel, there was a camel, a boat, and a donkey. We talked about that would be transportation. That's your title of your category. And then your description of your pictures. All of my pictures include things like a donkey, a camel, and a boat. All of these could be potential modes of transportation that the ancient Egyptians used. That's describing my pictures, and that's telling how they fit into that category. Crystal clear on that one?
Yeah.
Okay, then you're going to recreate the King Tut pictorial, all pictures, descriptions, and it must be color-coded. There is one over there for you to copy, there's one right here for you to copy, and there's one right there. Do you have to copy all 3?
No.
They're the same thing, but if 3 people are over there, then walk over here, pull up a chair, and copy from this particular poster. They're the exact same thing. Do you have to use the same colors I use?
No.
No, but all of the orange, if you choose the color red, all the orange should be all of your red. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, each chunk should be color-coded appropriately with the words. That poster over there has our real pictures on it. Do you have to color and sketch the real pictures?
No.
No. Just the pictures that I drew. Okay? Next, you have your notes, chapter 4, lesson 1, page 134 to 137. They were your closed notes. Basically, you are filling in the blanks. Okay, filling in the blanks. For those of you that left yesterday during instruction, I've already made you a copy of those notes. And so I have the copy of those notes already for you. Even if you wrote part of the notes down, please complete them all on the notes that I give you. Because it would be too hard for you to have notes in one place and then another place. Especially if Mrs. Brewer tells you it's time to study, you're going to want one set of notes. So I have those notes for you already copied. Make sense? Okay. Then, so you're filling in the blank with those, and then you're going to read the Shipwrecked Sailor on page 132, 133, and answer the questions 1 and 2 from the response corner. Now, if you don't finish all of this, is this homework and you have to go home and do it all and worry about it and, oh my gosh, it's all due tomorrow?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No. Absolutely not.
When is this all due?
I'm not giving you a due date yet because I don't know how much I'm going to get through, but you should have plenty of time in class to do it. Right? Okay, so the way we're going to do this to mix up our groups is we are going, hold on 1 second. She just got it. Just wait 1 second until I'm done giving directions. That way you can hear and then you guys can say. Okay, I'm going to number you off 1 to 4. So I'll start by pointing at you, and you will say, the first person will start with the number. The next person will say, after, if I'm number 4, and I say 4, what is the next person going to say?
1.
There you go. Say your numbers nice and loud, so that people that have, so Jesse's going to be number 1, so Jesse can see who else is the number 1s. You need to keep your number. We are not changing numbers to be with our friend. You're not even going to be talking with your friend or discussing anything with your friends. Okay? That's not what this is all about. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So 1 to what? 4. Okay, nice and loud.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3,
4.
2, 3, 4. 1,
2.
3,
Julie's?
1, 2, 3,
3.
1, 2, 3.
Look at that. You still ended up being 3 anyway.
I have
All right. So those are your numbers. When I call your group over, when I say all number ones, you are going to come to me with a pencil, a highlighter, and your journal. A pencil, highlighter, journal. While I am working with that group, everybody else should be doing their must-do list. You cannot come and bother me, ask questions or anything like that. How can you solve your problem if you have a question?
Ask up here.
Ask up here. You got it. It's as simple as that. Okay? Are there any questions on what we need to be doing right now before we get started? Okay, I'm going to call number ones first. Everybody else can go ahead and get started independently and silently on the other tasks. You may quietly eat snack. If you're number one and you're coming to the carpet, you'll have to eat your snack later. Yep, you're welcome. Avery, or not Avery, Catherine. Those are the notes. So this is what I want. Okay, so Sierra, even though you wrote part of the notes in your journal, that's what I want the notes. Dom, same with you, buddy. So I want you to take the notes on this. Even though Miss Eric wrote some of it down in the journal, because this is shows what they missed. I would rather you have your notes in one spot than some in your journal and some on the paper. Okay. Oh, you found it. Where was it? Oh, it's got his name. Something in Egypt. Okay.
Macaw, Ibsen, or Mom. These are their hearts and lions.
Trash. No, she's not. She's four. What do I do for a team? What?
Those are going to be so this empty page. So this empty page, you're going to do your picture. On this empty page, you're going to do your picture file. That's fine. Yes, come see me.
Like with his protein bar.
I love them. Can you want to hold it?
Yep, to the carpet. Number one should be at the carpet. Jaden, come on over.
Hey, look at this face. The hieroglyphics. I like
Okay, as a reminder to those of you out there, you should be working silently. Oh, I forgot to mention, does it matter what order you go in?
No.
Absolutely not. No. No. Okay, so Julius, I'm gonna need you slide all the way over here. You, everybody over. Because that way everybody can see. So here's this for your, what you're gonna get. You're gonna need a clipboard. Okay, Lexi. Really nice stuff. And you can move over this way so that Jesse can fit in here. Here you go, Jesse. You're welcome. Last call for number ones. Okay. All right. So I've got some pictures for you. No. You did see. What did you see? Hieroglyphics?
Hieroglyphics, artifacts, and I like all these. They all look the same.
They all look the same?
Look like raw. That looks like set. Could be.
Mummified?
No way. Yeah,
No,
set is like
set.
because
Bones?
he's the god of death.
Maps? Why maps?
God of death.
To show
Where they are.
Where they are?
Where they gone.
Where they've gone? Very good. Good
What
prediction.
gods?
What gods there are?
Looks like that's not. They look like that's set.
Temples?
Oh, this is the god of death.
Anybody else?
Hieroglyphics.
Ooh, we'll figure that out. Anybody know the name of this?
Oh, I know it. It's on the
On
back
the
of my
tip.
tongue.
On the tip of your tongue?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is
I
that?
read it.
Tip of your tongue?
I read it once, but I can't remember the name.
That's
So
okay.
it's like Cleopatra thing. Not Cleopatra. No, wait.
We'll talk about it. As soon as we say it, I know you'll know. I know when we read it, you'll be like, that's what that was. All right. So we are going to learn about, so we already did King Tut as a whole group. So today you guys are going to become the experts on Queen Hatshepsut. Like, are you so excited? Your book?
Yeah, the book I'm reading is the Pharaoh's Secret.
Oh.
It's like they're trying to figure
Oh, so
out
you,
who, like, trying to erase her.
oh, well, just you wait. Because that question might be answered. That's super cool that you're reading that. All right, so make sure your name is on this. And I already hole punched it for you, so you should have a pencil and a highlighter. Jesse, you got a highlighter, Ben? I see it right there. Ryan, you got a highlighter? You're welcome. All right. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to read the first paragraph. And I'm going to kind of give you the look-fors because these particular paragraphs aren't in the best order, but I'm going to give you the look-fors. Okay, we're going to read a paragraph at a time. I will read aloud, but while I'm reading aloud, you are going to whisper. So I shouldn't necessarily hear loud voice. I shouldn't hear your reading voice, but I should hear the murmur of whispers. Okay, it's important to practice whisper reading for fluency. Okay, I'm not going to be correcting you. I can't hear what you're saying. Your neighbor's not going to be able to hear what you're saying. All they're going to hear is that you are whisper reading along. Okay, after we whisper read, I'm going to give you kind of the look-fors in each paragraph, and what we'll do is we'll highlight that section, okay, based on what I tell you to look for. After we highlight that section, you're going to draw a quick sketch, not artwork, very quick sketch to represent what it is that we highlighted. Okay, and then we will draw literally a line from our words to our sketch. So it's going to go through some of your words. It's okay. All right, so it's that connection of what we wrote to a picture. Any questions?
No.
Good to go? Okay, so what are you going to be doing on this first paragraph? Whisper reading. Okay, here we go. Hatshepsut, bless you. Queen Hatshepsut was the first great woman in recorded history, so I should hear some whispering. Her rise to power went against all the rules of her time. She was the first wife and queen of Thutmose II. On his death, she proclaimed herself pharaoh, denying the old king's son, her nephew, Thutmose III, his inheritance. To support her claim, she said that the god Amun-Ra spoke to her. Amun-Ra said, "Welcome, my sweet daughter, my favorite, the king of Upper and Lower Egypt, Motkeri Hatshepsut. You are the king, and you take possession of the two lands." As a woman, Hatshepsut faced many obstacles. There was always a threat of revolt, especially as her ambitious nephew came of age. However, Hatshepsut was very shrewd. She used her cleverness to conquer each hurdle she faced. To stop the fears of her, she became a king in all statues and artwork done of her. She even wore the traditional clothes of male rulers. She wore a kilt, the kingly headdress and headcloth, and the false beard. Interesting. Yes. So you notice in that particular picture. Mm-hmm. So make sure you use okay. 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 Oh, no. So we're gonna talk about it first. So I'm gonna talk to you first. I would like you to maybe think about something that we could write down for when she ruled. I know they don't give exact dates, but think about something that is important to when she ruled, how she ruled. So you should be looking at your paragraph, and that's what we're searching for right now. So what might we highlight for when? Go ahead, Nikki. You don't need to raise it.
How she said that Amun-Ra spoke to her and said, "Welcome, my sweet daughter, my favorite, the king of Upper and Lower Egypt, Motkeri Hatshepsut. You are king, and you take possession of the two lands."
Okay, so think about what he's told her. When did he tell her that? When is it showing where she started to rule? So after what?
After her husband died.
Yes, so we're going to highlight. See where it says Thutmose II? It's at the end of that paragraph and the third line down. So we're going to do Thutmose II. On his deathbed, she proclaimed herself pharaoh. So right here. So that way it gives us the significance. Since we're missing dates, this one doesn't really include dates. We at least know who she took over for and after. So if you were to look in a timeline and I said, when did Hatshepsut rule, you would know that it was after Thutmose II, her husband. So with that being said, so you are going to draw a quick sketch, and all I'm going to draw a picture of, and again, it's up to you on what you choose to draw. Whatever is going to help it get from, to put the words with the picture, but my particular sketch is just going to be of her, just a picture of her. Just a very quick sketch of her. And then don't forget, you will draw a line straight from your sketch to the words. So you could draw a quick sketch of him, but again, it's very quick. I don't need, I know some of you are fantastic artists, but now is not the time for your lovely Picasso lengthy time artwork. But literally just a quick sketch that's going to help you remember whatever it is that we highlighted. Okay? So don't forget, after your sketch is done, draw that line to your words, and I know it's going to go right through your words, but that is perfectly, okay, good job, please. All right, when else did she, is there anything that it's important to her ruling? What can we think? Kirsten, go ahead. Like, what's kind of important to when she started? What was so significant about that time?
She faced many obstacles.
Ooh, we're gonna hold that for obstacles. That's gonna be a separate category.
The places that she is ruling, Upper and Lower Egypt.
Oh, what Amun-Ra said to her. We're gonna hold off on like places where she ruled. What was so significant in that very first sentence about her? First great woman in recorded history. So first great woman in recorded history, and for that one, I'm drawing a first place ribbon to show that she was first. You can draw it again however you want. So I literally just drew a ribbon for first. But it also said first great woman in recorded history. Key word there, recorded, right? So actually written down. Might somebody have come before her? Sure. But maybe was never recorded. Actually recorded, so written down in history. All right, so now I would like you to think about what was a challenge in that particular paragraph. Somebody I haven't heard from. Let's see if I can see somebody I haven't heard from. Let's see somebody else. If they don't get it, I'll come. What was her biggest challenge? It mentioned it right in there. Jesse, do you think you know?
My nephew.
Yeah. So, and what about her nephew? There was always the threat of what, Jesse? It's in that in a sentence.
Inheritance.
Close. Look down in the second paragraph. Ryan?
It says there was always a threat
Of revolt. Good. So we're going to highlight threat of revolt. And again, it was from her nephew. So she was told, she claimed that Amun-Ra spoke to her, which you saw in your text in your notes, an important god at that point in time. Yeah, he spoke to her. You are Pharaoh, not the nephew, not her nephew. And so there was always that threat of revolt. And so for the revolt sketch, I literally drew a lightning bolt. Revolt, bolt. Trying to strike her down. That's just fine. Again, you can draw whatever you so choose. I hear an awful lot of conversation.
She asked me what that was. No, they told me that was bow and arrow. Just
Okay.
the thing was covering it.
You guys can move the pictures.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. Feel free to move the pictures.
That one fits fine.
No, it's not.
All right, how about some interesting facts? What is interesting about her? Julius, can you think of anything that was maybe interesting about her? So there was always that threat of revolt. So what did she do that made her kind of stand out and made her kind of interesting? Yeah? So what did she use? How was she clever, Julius? You are right on the right track, buddy. How was she clever? What did she do? Keep reading. You're so close. Keep going. Okay, so keep reading. To stop the fears of her people.
artwork done of her.
Perfect. So nice job, Julie. So we're gonna highlight. She became a king in all statues and artwork done of her. So this particular statue, that's why you see the beard. That is really her. So you will represent me in all statues. I will become, and that's why king is highlighted. I will become a king in all senses to stop that threat of revolt. So she looks more, more male with the fake ear. So she became a king in all of her statues and artwork done of her. Makes sense, right? Right? Treat me as a king. I'll act like as a king. That way nobody can question my authority, my power. Good. What else did she do? What else was interesting? Kirsten?
She wore the kilt and the king headdress. She wore the traditional clothes of a male ruler.
Yep, so we're going to highlight. She wore a kilt, the kingly headdress, and headcloth, and the false beard. So that very last sentence. Very last sentence. And I'm going to draw like a quick sketch of all three. So kilt, you see a lot of the ancient Egyptians in
Isn't that the skirt?
kind of like a skirt. Yeah, exactly. So a little bit longer.
Kilt. Not skirt.
Okay. And the headdress. So the male headdress, so the longer. Yep, so right here. The headdress and then the false beard. Yeah? But goodness, I would do it if that meant I could be the ruler. Yeah, the king if that's what's gonna keep me on the throne for sure. Don't forget to draw your lines to your sketches. Maybe it would be embarrassing for you. Yeah?
It would be very uncomfortable because
A little
she doesn't
uncomfortable.
have a shirt.
I guess that she's still. All right. So again, so that's about it in that particular paragraph. So we are going to, again, you're going to whisper read the next paragraph with me. Really practice that fluency. It's a good time for you to listen and make corrections when you hear yourself read. It's a time where you can autocorrect. You saw I made a couple mistakes up there. So hearing yourself and that whispering will help for that fluency. Okay, Julie, so you ready? Okay, so everybody's finger where it says head shuts up. And so make sure you're whispering, okay? Ready, begin. Hatshepsut did not set out to conquer other lands during her reign. Instead, she expanded trade and exploration and improved Egypt. She ordered trade expeditions to the land of Punt in present-day Somalia in search of the ivory, animals, spices, gold, and aromatic trees that Egyptians desired. These expeditions are well documented in the hieroglyphic carved on the walls of her temple. Hatshepsut also constructed a fabulous temple in the Valley of the Kings across the Nile River from Thebes. She also built 2 obelisks of red granite, the largest ever built. Her name was carved at the top of these great obelisks. There you go. I knew it would come to you. Okay, so there's the obelisk. Yep. See, I knew when we read the word, we know what it was. And then the temple at Thebes.
It kind of looks like a library, but
Okay, yeah, it kind of does look like a library.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like ancient.
Uh-huh.
very small.
Yeah, those columns. Yeah.
Something that we
Okay, hold on. Hold on 1 second. So this particular paragraph, we're going to focus on her accomplishments. So what did she do well? What did she accomplish? What did she, what was something that made her successful? Did you hear that, Julius? Julius, did you hear me? So we're looking for accomplishments. So I want you looking for accomplishments in that. Jesse, what do you got? What was the biggest thing that she did?
In search of ivory, emeralds, spices, and gold, and the aromatic trees of Egypt.
So what was she doing when she was in search of those? She had expanded what?
She had expanded.
What was she working on? Look right above it. Look right above ivory and animals. What was she going on? What was she sending people on?
expedition.
Good. What kind of expeditions? Trade. Good. So you're going to highlight trade expeditions. And then just trade expeditions. And then right below that, ivory, animals, spices, gold, and aromatic trees. So here's an aromatic tree. What do I mean by aromatic? It's a fun word. Say aromatic. Say aromatic.
It reaches everywhere. Very full.
It's a good prediction.
I'm guessing what it means is like, it's like the vines are basically the trees spread out.
Yeah,
And the
that makes
air-
sense based on the
air-
picture.
Yeah, the air flows through it.
The air flows through. That makes sense because you're using the word air. How about the word? Okay, why were they so valuable? So think about the word air. No air, aromatic, or the word like aromatherapy.
Oh, they had like a special scent.
Yeah, very good. So scent. So these trees had a scent. So this was a myrrh tree. So maybe you've heard of myrrh before. Myrrh has a distinct scent, and so they would use that for some of their oils and things that they had. Huh? So it was natural in the environment, right? Versus like our perfumes today, where they're created in a lab and they use different things, different things to make them smell nice. Yep. So the ancient Egyptians desired that, the gold, and what was this picture? Ivory. Yep.
From elephant.
Yep. Yep. I know. But they desired that ivory. Okay. So on my particular picture, I literally just drew a couple examples. So a picture of a tusk, some gold coins stacked on top of each other, and a tree. Perfect. A boat going over the water makes sense to me. Yep, whatever, because it signifies trade, right? Makes perfect sense to me. All right, up above, we've got, before that particular sentence, it kind of starts it out with, go ahead, Nikki.
Hatshepsut did not set out to conquer other lands during her reign.
So, but instead, what did she do?
She expanded trade and exploration to improve Egypt.
Okay, so we're going to highlight expanded trade and exploration. So for that particular one, I drew a boat. They might not have used boats, but when I think of trade and explorers, I think of a boat.
Because, you have to go over water sometimes
Yeah.
to see other places.
Yeah, very good. Have some really good sketches. You have the urge to grab your book.
Because it has like a picture of that, like the person.
This one?
The temple.
Oh, this?
She got like a miniature statue from this lady.
And probably could have even been created from ivory. Yeah, ivory. Lots of little miniature things done in ivory, jewelry in ivory.
The keys to piano.
When I think of it, I always think about like an explorer's hat. Like when you go out into the jungle.
Oh, for your picture, for your sketch, an explorer's hat. Very good. What else did she accomplish? What's something else that she did? Julius, can you think of something in that particular? So we've got the trade, and down below, can you think of other things that she did during her reign that were in those paragraphs, that was in that paragraph? Very good. Nicely done. She built 2 obelisks. So all you're going to do is build 2 obelisks, and remember, here's a picture of one, so you can get maybe the shape if you want to sketch that. I'm going to draw those exact same things, just 2 of them, since she built 2. Huh?
She's giving me a book I read called The Red Pyramid.
Oh, yep.
Because there was like a bunch of obelisks.
Yep. Nice job, Julius. Okay, one more thing. What else did she do? Go ahead, Lexi.
She
What did she do? So that was the obelisks were made of red granite. Look up right above that, Lexi. Yeah. So highlight constructed a fabulous, not just any temple, a fabulous temple. So that was in the Valley of the Kings across the Nile River from Thebes. The temple again. All right, go ahead and flip it over when you're done highlighting, sketching, and don't forget to draw your lines. Make sure you draw all your lines from your text to your sketches. ready when your paper is flipped over. And Jesse, it's okay if you go through the words, buddy. Alright, so what are we going to do with the next paragraph? You are going to whisper read. Ready? Alright. As Thutmose III grew older, his resentment towards Hatshepsut increased. Historians are unsure if Thutmose III might have killed his aunt. After her death and burial, Hatshepsut's mummy was stolen and her tomb destroyed. Don't forget, I should hear murmuring and whispers. Only one of the canopic jars was found, the one containing her liver. Historians think that Thutmose III might have had Hatshepsut's name erased from all monuments she built, including her temple in the Valley of the Kings after her death. Not only was Hatshepsut's name erased, but some of her monuments were destroyed. Thutmose III ordered the large obelisks to be covered in concrete. Their gold-pointed tops were probably the only original elements left untouched. Later, one of the obelisks was completely destroyed. In all, Hatshepsut accomplished what no woman had before her. She ruled the most powerful, advanced civilization in the world successfully for 20 years. Even if there were some who resented her success stands for all eternity. There you go. Did I ruin your book for you? Did we ruin the book? Okay, there are still quite a few of you over in the corner that are busy chit-chatting and you're not working. Okay. So for those of you that aren't, you have your tasks that you need to complete. Okay. So in this particular one, we're going to tackle interesting facts and a little bit more of when she ruled, how long she ruled. What do we got for that one? Nikki?
Her success stands for all eternity.
Because of why?
Because
How long did she rule?
she ruled for 20 years.
Good. Highlight 20 years. So instead of writing the number 20, I'm going to represent it by Roman numerals. What's a 10?
X. No,
X?
yeah.
Yep. So 2, 6. Oh, yep. You can do anything you want. I just chose Roman numerals just because. Don't forget to draw your line to your text. Don't forget to draw your line to your text. That way you don't have to go back and do it right now. I would like it if 2 of you went back to your seats. You can finish that up later. If you are over at that poster, 2 of you may go back to your seats and work on something else. You can visit that poster at a later time. I'm still waiting for 2 of you to head back to your seats. All right, what are some interesting facts about Queen Hatshepsut after she died? What do we got? Yeah, her mummy was stolen and her tomb destroyed. Hold on, let's go one at a time. Mummy was stolen and her tomb destroyed. So I'm just going to draw a picture of her coffin. And a stick figure. Not very fancy artwork, but you can draw, again, this is the part where you get to draw what makes the most sense to Sure, go for it. Okay. Perfect. All right, I do too. Okay, what else do we have? What else is interesting? So what happened after she died? Nikki?
Thutmose III ordered the large obelisks to be covered in concrete.
Yeah, highlight obelisks to be covered in concrete. So if you notice on this obelisk, you can see that it's got hieroglyphs on it. Okay, so if we cover it in concrete, everything underneath it is covered up, gone.
So what is that? It's a
Obelisk to be covered in concrete. Yep. So I just filled it in. Okay. All right. Next. What else did he do? I think he was a little jealous. Little resentful? Little, right? Nikki, what did he do?
Thutmose the Third might have had Hatshepsut's name erased from
Yeah, Hatshepsut's name was erased from all monuments. I drew the monument and scratched it out. Her name was erased. So, if I erase her name, nobody will remember her. Did that work?
No.
We're still talking about her today, right? He tried, didn't he?
But we still remember her.
And there is a story in your Journeys book about Queen Hatshepsut. You feel free to read it. Feel free to read that for more information since you are the experts on her. What else did he do?
He might have killed his aunt.
Might have killed her. Yeah, he might have killed her. What else did he do? What did he do with the monuments? Not only did he erase her name, but he also destroyed them. So monuments were destroyed to rubble. Destroyed monument. Pretty sad, right? A little bitter. I guess. Well, why? Why do you think? If you had to predict why? Because why?
She ruled instead of him.
Yeah, she ruled instead of him.
You know what? I bet he died before he got cursed.
There are some of you not doing what you need to be doing.
That's what it was.
Okay?
I hope
But what are you working on?
Oh, I'm working on that picture file.
Okay.
he got cursed.
I can't see.
Good up. You were definitely in it. Okay, so what you're going to do is you are now going to put this to your side, like so. And you're going to take your journal out. Since we're on paper crisis, we're going to do what's called a mind map. So we're basically going to transfer all of this information, and I'm going to show you how it looks. Okay, we're going to transfer all of this because it's going to be your little cheat sheet. So your mind map will be your cheat sheet, so you don't have to go through and read word for word. So we're going to do bullet points. So what you're going to do in your mind map. So what you're going to do is you're going to, on your paper in the middle, you're going to draw a circle and you're going to put Queen Hatshepsut's name in the middle. Doesn't have to be super big. Okay, right like that. Ooh, a little smaller, Julie's. A little smaller, buddy.
I see one.
So this can be after your notes or before your notes. Right there looks good, Lexi. All right, so then you are going to draw almost like little arms. Yeah, kind of like a spider web. Because this is where we're going to transfer information. And under this particular one, you're going to write the word accomplishments. I'll write it and then show you. And challenges. Accomplishments and challenges, since that's what we talked about. And then below that, on the last two, when and interesting info. Right, like that.
Can you put facts?
Sure. Interesting facts. Sure.
It's your book, though. It's from your library.
Oh, it is?
It is.
Okay. I didn't even know I had it. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to tackle each section at a time. We will bullet point and we're going to kind of condense the information, and then you'll do a quick sketch right next to it. One of them. So like for example, and I'll go over that with you. Where do we want to start with? Accomplishments. Okay. So I know we kind of have to hunt and search through this, but what were her accomplishments? Her accomplishments are mostly in that second paragraph. So what was the first one? Good. So you're going to do a bullet point right under accomplishments. And you're going to write expanded trade and exploration. And then that's why I suggested having this right next to you so you can see what to write. Expanded trade and exploration. And then I'm just going to draw a little miniature sketch of a sailboat. Good to go? All right, what else did she do?
She soaked out for ivory, animals, spices, gold, and aromatic trees.
Very good. So we're just going to write trade for ivory, animals, spices, gold, and aromatic trees. So trade for, and then go ahead and write your list. So ivory, animals. What kind of animals do you think?
Camels.
Camels.
Cats. Definitely cats.
Some kind of cats, donkeys. About like goats, maybe some cows, things that they need. About spices, gold, and aromatic trees. And so again, on my original sketch, I drew 3 little pictures. You can just choose one. So I'm just going to draw a tree. Because that's pretty easy. What else did she accomplish? What did she do? It's right there. So we're just going to write constructed a temple. I just drew a quick sketch, literally a quick teeny tiny sketch of a temple. Good. Created 2 obelisks, or built 2 obelisks. Just drew a picture of the one. That was pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
All right. What do we want to go to next?
Challenges.
All right. Challenges. What was her biggest challenge? Threat of revolt. Good. So we're going to write threat of revolt. And I just drew, again, my lightning bolt. Whatever you want to do. So that's going to go right there. You got the threat of revolt. Good job. All right, where are we going to next? That was really her only challenge. That constant threat of revolt. Interesting info. Okay, so with interesting info, now that we're not going to write below that because that's not going to leave us room, we're going to start right about here and go down. Okay, did you see that? All right, what's an interesting fact? What were some of the things that we qualified as an interesting fact? Yeah, became king in all statues and art. Became king in all statues and art. I'm just gonna draw the beard and art. I just drew a picture of the beard to represent the king piece. Yeah. What did she do to show that she was king?
She dressed up.
Okay, so we're gonna write wore kilt, kingly headdress, headcloth, and false beard. So she wore the kilt, kingly headdress,
And big feet.
headcloth, and false beard. So for this one, I'm going to draw the headdress. Looks more like a rainbow, but it is what it is. A little rainbow-ish. All right, what else is interesting? So that's about it for the top part. A lot of our interesting stuff happened on the back. Yeah, mummy was stolen and tomb destroyed. Whoopsie. Wait. Oh my goodness, thank you, Lexi. I did put it in the wrong spot. Thank you. Hold on. That's good. Thank you. Lexi pointed out I did my headdress in the wrong spot.